Your witness, Mr. Carter.
Thank you, my lord. So, if I understand you correctly, Mr. Shepherd, on the day of your young nephew's death, he was, at your instruction, on the hillside above your village, watching your sheep, alone and unsupervised.
We could hear him if he yelled.
Oh, we shall come to that. First, though, I should like to know what he was watching for.
You know, rustlers, dogs, wolves.
Wolves, Mr. Shepherd. Surely rather uncommon in Dorset.
I don't know. There was a wolf, though.
There certainly was. A wolf that devoured your nephew.
And my sheep.
And, as you so rightly remind us, your sheep. So, one assumes that when kitting your 12-year-old nephew out for his wolf-defying mission, you gave him something pretty formidable with which to defend himself. A blunderbuss, perhaps. A rifle?
He were too young for a gun.
Ah. Old enough to fight a wolf, too young for a gun. So, what was the plan, Mr. Shepherd?
Well, he were to shout for me and the lads, of course.
Of course, and you would spring to his aid and drive away the fearsome beast, with any luck before he killed too many of your sheep/nephew. And what code word have you arranged that he would call out in this event?
Wolf.
Ah, succinct. Which leads me to this rather key question, Mr. Shepherd. When he saw the wolf, did your nephew shout for your aid as arranged?
Ah, well, you see...
It's a simple question, Mr. Shepherd.
No, but...
Answer the question, Mr. Shepherd, yes or no.
It's not...
Did the boy cry wolf?
Yes.
Yes! The boy, whom you had sent into the hills alone to watch for a wolf with no weapon and no instructions but to cry wolf if he saw a wolf, did cry wolf, and you ignored him.
Well, he done it before. That day, 2 or 3 times. He got bored and he cried wolf to get us running on up there.
Oh, I see. So you very naturally decided that you wouldn't fall for the trick again and would ignore any subsequent shout of wolf he might give.
Exactly.
Exactly. But did you not feel, Mr. Shepherd, that this decision rather compromised your nephew's utility as a lupine early warning system?
Hey?
What was the point of his being there?
Well, that's the moral of the story, isn't it? If you lie too many times, you won't be believed when you tell the truth.
No, Mr. Shepherd, with respect, it is not the moral of the story. The moral of the story is that if you have grounds to believe there is a ferocious predator at large, don't appoint as your sole watchman a 12-year-old child whom you have resolved to ignore.
I'm in nanny state.
It has nothing to do with the nanny state.
Can't do nothing these days.
Can't leave our children to be torn apart by wolves whilst ignoring their piteous cries for help, certainly. And that's another thing. Did your nephew have an exceptionally loud voice, would you say?
I know, pretty fair loud.
Louder, for instance, than a frenzied wolf attack?
What are you getting at?
What I'm getting at is that whilst apparently perfectly able to hear your nephew's childish, unbroken treble piping the word wolf, you were curiously deaf to the sound of a fully grown timber wolf slaughtering 47 sheep and a boy.
We thought it all part of his act.
An accomplished mimic of animal massacres, was he?
I know.
You don't know. And so perished your unfortunate nephew, your late brother's only son and sole inheritor of his cottage and his flock of ailing, unprofitable, heavily insured sheep. Thank you, Mr. Shepherd, that will be all. Oh, one last thing. How did your brother die?
A jaguar got in his bathroom.
No further questions?